If I make this water bucket MLG, you have to subscribe to my channel. Oh. Where am I? What is this smooth, high-res world I have found myself in? Why are the graphics so OP? Oh, I'm back in my bed. It must have been all just a beautiful dream. Yeah, why not? Why not join us? It's a big party down here in this hole. I'm speechless. How are there 3 villagers? How have 3 villagers all got caught in the same hole? You know, it doesn't matter because I'll tell you right now, the bulldozer is coming. I'm getting rid of all of this. Here, get out of there. Get out. All of this is getting removed. I'm building a kind of boulevard that leads to the front of my base, a sort of front path. And so all of this has to go, including you. Oh, I feel bad now. Oh, I feel bad. Oh, don't stare at a wall. You know, I'll tell you, the village is more alive these days in a very annoying way. Let me tell you my idea that I have for this build. It's going to be kind of this style, the pergola hanging flower kind of style, but a little different, I think. Let's see. Yeah. You know what? Let's just start building. I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. I'm going to fill this with water, sink or swim. If it's up to you. Speaking of, they're going to be pools. This is, I kind of envision these as these little sort of like reflection pools along the side of our little walkway here. Not finished yet, but I thought I'd show you. I think I'll do one more of these arches. Is this correct? Are these? Yeah, they're right. Those are correct. Maybe one more, you know, then it comes down into this area. Been working on the road quite a bit. So the next move, though, I think is to complete this, one more arch, and start working along the sides here. I want to also work on these towers. I think if I can get these finished, get these pools finished, that's going to be pretty good. It took me a second to understand how this guy even got in here. But it's because he was a baby when he got in there. He was a baby, he jumped up. There's a lot of that going on. Oh, let me show you this. Are you ready for this? I've got this whole situation now. It's my own fault. It was my idea to bring villagers. And I blame myself, really. I gotta tell you what just happened here. I don't even know where they went. I was cleaning up the bottoms, you know, the bottom part of the pillars here, these towers, these columns. I was just breaking up the blocks, and I opened this one up, and a whole bunch of villagers came spilling out. I wish I wasn't recording. I wish I was recording. I would say 5 villagers spilled out of this. They were stuck in here somewhere. I got rid of the blocks. There must have been... I got rid of a bunch of stuff over here. There must have been a hole that they had gotten stuck in inside. I don't even know. It was so stupid. Where'd they go? I don't even know. Here's 2 of them. One of them's sleeping. There were a few more, and I don't know where they went. Probably in another hole like this. Anyway, here's what I've got so far. I don't know about the trees on top. I just feel like there should be something green up here. Maybe make my own trees or maybe mushrooms or something. I'm not sure about the top of these, if you can even see. But I like the waterfalls. I used a block I've never used to build with before, and that's coal. These are coal blocks. I've never really used them in buildings. I like how black they are. It's like the right kind of black, too. Have you ever seen... I don't know how worldly you are, but have you ever seen Querce fruit farm with a camel watching over it in an ancient city? No, you haven't. You're going to say that you have, but you haven't. You're lying. I need to have more workshops around. This guy just wandered. He's got a bed over on the other side there, and he comes here every day and farms these crops. This is his workstation. He remembers it's so far away from where he sleeps, but he remembers exactly where it is. And he comes here every day and hangs out with the camels and does his little farming here. I think I'm going to keep it. I think I'm going to keep some of this. That I'm going to just keep the composter right where it is, build a little farm around it, and let this guy come over here every day. Even once I've built into here, he can come over. He can do his little job. This will be an exposed warden shrieker, so that could be fun as well. So far, so good. I think it's coming along. So what happened was I lost everything. I tried to attack an ocean monument for the first time. I even began recording it, but I died. And I was able to retrieve some of the items that exploded out of my dead body, but some of them were just missing. I don't know if there's like the architecture just kind of swallowed them up somewhere. I've no idea what happened. Look, am I happy about that? No. It wasn't my proudest moment. I did not call my mom to say, guess what? I lost everything I own in an ocean monument. Isn't that fantastic? Are you proud of me, Mom? No, I called her and told her what happened, and she said, you know, what did you do this time? And so I told her, and then she punched a hole in the wall out of anger, and she threw a toaster out a window. Speaking of toasters, I lost the rest of my stuff in the Nether because I decided, well, this is a great time to go look for a smithing template. I knew I'd have to do this eventually, was not looking forward to it. Figured, let's find a bastion, let's get that template so we're not worrying about it day and night. Because you can make copies. You just need one, you can make copies of it. And then I died to a brute in the Nether. Strongest mob in the game. One brute is like 200 wardens. That's the equivalent, roughly. That's a rough estimation based on my personal experience. And then I died again. There were so many mobs in there waiting for me. They really were having a little party down there. I'm not telling my mom about this one. I don't even want to think about what's going to happen to that toaster when she finds out. All done. We're all done here. The little walkway is finished. The pools, the towers, this whole little, the central area here is done. You'll see that I changed the top of the tower here a little bit. I'm trying out andesite stairs, and I think it looks better. Yeah, I like it better. It's a little more subdued. It's pulling it, I'm reining it in a little bit, this sort of pastel Candyland kind of color situation happening. I just felt like the purple wasn't doing anything here. This looks better. It's a more contrast, but also, I don't know, it feels better to me. And that, you know, in the end, it's your sort of gut reaction to it. These are better. And I think it's kind of nice walking through here. Over here, maybe some giant mushrooms. Okay, so let me tell you actually what's happening here. I kind of like sitting on this. Below me here are 2 shulker chests. And what is inside these shulkers? I'll give you a quick peek. Okay. What do you think? So what I want to do is I want to get rid of this frame. We're going to work on this. Now I don't want to actually get rid of it. I think if I mine it with this pick, it's probably like 10 seconds, 15 seconds per block, something like that. I can do it. You can break them with a really good pickaxe. But it's a lot. And here's something else. What if in a future update, they decide to actually turn these into real portals, either to a new dimension, or I think it'd be cool if you could like light these like nether portals, except that they take you to any nether portal you want to go. In other words, like I have probably 10 nether portals in the nether, in different parts of the nether, if that makes sense. What if you could go through one of these ancient city portals, and it's like a waystone, and you can choose a portal in the nether, right? Does that make sense? I don't know. Does that make any sense? Okay, so what am I doing? I don't want to get rid of this in case you need to have, once you break it with a pickaxe, it disappears. So if I need to have these blocks here for some sort of portal in the future, we got to keep it. I've gotten used to seeing this weird hovering frame, but I got to hide it. And what I'm going to hide it with is a giant mushroom trees organically. We're going to block it organically. So just like these giant mushrooms, and you can see I'm using a little bit of copper. So just like these giant mushrooms here, except I think even bigger. But keep that in mind, and then look at this and think about like one giant mushroom where the cap is covering the entire top part of this, or at least like 3/4 of the top. And then maybe this tree, make this a bigger tree, and it covers, you know, this sort of corner here. And then over here, let's just do it. I'm going to work on that. That's what I'm working on. Okay, so it's done. That's the first mushroom. It looks like something's been eating it. We have giant snails. Okay, let's see. I kind of like it. And yeah, you still, you know, when you get closer to it, you know, down here you can still see the frame, right? It pokes out a little bit. But your eyes are captivated by the mushroom and the trees around it. And there is going to be, I think, maybe another kind of smaller mushroom here, maybe a tree, maybe a bigger tree. So this is what I want to do next. I want to take this tree down and grow a giant version of this that covers a good 1/4 of the frame, the top part here, maybe even like half of it. It's time for a quick tutorial on how to build trees in Minecraft. I want to talk about this real quick. This is a photo by Brian Kerr Photography. You know, I just picked it off of Google image search, but let's give Brian some credit. So this is a photograph of a real living tree. Well, living, it could be a winter tree, but the point is it doesn't have leaves, so we can see what a real tree looks like without leaves. We can look at its branches and trunk accurately and clearly. What I want to point out is how trees taper, right? And every Minecraft tree tutorial talks about this, but it's really an important point to hammer home and talk about how do you create the illusion of that tapering, right? So you start with the trunk. The trunk is always the thickest part of the tree. It should never get thicker as it goes up. It only gets thinner, right? And you have the trunk, you have the crown of the tree here where it starts to branch off into smaller branches, and then they have their own little splits into even smaller branches until you get to the tiniest little branches here. Okay, so here I've taken that same image and I've pixelated it. I've turned it into blocks because we're in a block game. This is a photo by Blur. I want to point out a couple things here. This is a good way to visualize an organic tree in Minecraft, right? This would be like a 5x5 round tree, which is pretty thick, actually. It's a pretty big tree. But to get the illusion, I think they need to be a little bit bigger. So how would you make this? Well, notice the transparent blocks at the top here. When the branches get smaller, the pixelation just turns them into sort of lighter color, more transparent kind of blocks. And so that's key. Use glass. Use glass blocks, glass panes. When the branches get smaller, to create that illusion, use glass. Brown glass if it's a brown tree bark, right? And, fences and walls also work really well. In fact, glass and walls, I think, are ideal for making organic builds. Let's take a look. So you can see me building the trunk here with sandstone. I like sandstone because it's textured. It's not really a bark-like texture, but it's textured. Then we have the first branches splitting off using walls. A variety of blocks for leaves, but mostly cherry leaves, and pink glazed terracotta, pink wool, also some pink glass in there. Here's the grand reveal. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm all finished for now, and I know you can still see the frame that I was trying to hide. That's okay. I don't mind being able to see a little of it. Again, if there's some sort of portal or something, I think it'll be kind of cool to just leave everything as is and just have this sort of portal nestled in here. I don't know. As me and the golems are walking around here, you just kind of got this in the background here. It's kind of this great little backdrop. Let me give you a closer look of the underbelly of the big mushroom here. Kind of magical. I put buttons on this one, kind of make it look like, I don't know. The red one has polka dots. I thought this should have some black polka dots. Then we got this mushroom. I really like this one from below. These catalysts, is that what they are? I forget what these are called, the deep dark blocks here. But the underneath of these blocks is really cool and mushroomy. I really like this. A custom red mushroom. The only thing that's really different is the interior of it, I think I want to get rid of the high grass. Put some bushes around. How does that look? pretty good. So yeah, it's a basic. That's the overview of the kind of. It came out pretty much how I had hoped. I like it better than a statue or something up here. I think it's a good solution. I think it works. Towers look okay. I finished with the andesite stairs around the edges here. I like these little bushes on top. Subtle, simple, minimal. So what's next? I don't know, but that's the end of this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.